There we go. All right, you here?
You're
All right. Yo, what's up, everybody? Dreams and day jobs. I'm one of your hosts, Travis, with your boy.
Jeff. You already know what it is. Jeff, you already know what it
Come
is.
on, man. We live, bro. We
We
going
are
live.
live. Episode 20, man.
20, man.
20 weeks.
20, G.
Loving
We
it.
we talked about this from step one, bro. We was like, 21 episodes is the level of the barrier of entry where people drop off when it comes to podcasts.
Mhm.
1%, only 1% of podcasts on YouTube make it to that point,
Yeah.
which is pretty wild.
I
And
know.
honestly, bro, that's one of the big points that I want to talk about right now and for this podcast. And obviously, you jump in and say, what you got on your mind too. But honestly, bro, if you don't give up pressure bust pipes, you're gonna win. If you give up, you lose everything.
Yeah, that's so true. So when you said that, I think of Brandon Carter,
Yeah.
and I watch a lot of his content, especially because I'm in his course,
Mm-hmm.
and he says that too. Consistency, man. Consistency. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't get like he says like he doesn't he says like he's never really one to go like viral or get like ton of views, but like he's just so consistent
Mm-hmm.
that like you know success leaves clues. Like
It
he's
really
just
does,
consistent,
man.
so it is true.
You can't beat
Um,
it.
you know,
Now, because it's very easy to give up, bro, especially when you're not seeing the results that you're expecting right away. But the whole everything is in the journey. It sounds so cliche, but everybody says it. It really is. The success is in the journey, the motivation is in the journey,
yeah,
the discipline is in the journey, and also what you learn is in the
hmm
journey. Like the best education, the best knowledge you can get in your field is in the field. That's where you find it, you
what,
know?
yeah, the best, yeah, exactly.
You
The
know?
best experiences in the field,
It
definitely
is.
for
Like you could
sure.
be the smartest doctor in med school. Straight A's on everything, know
Yeah,
everything about the body, but
yeah,
that doctor that's done 1,000 surgeries
yeah,
is gonna just massacre you.
yeah.
Just pure reps,
Well, they
man.
say too. Also, too, it kind of goes with mentorship, and like, and I'm not saying I fully agree with this, but
Yeah.
like, you hear people online say nowadays like it's a controversial thing about like school and education and college and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. It's like you hear people say like, oh, people are spending a ton of money to go learn business from a professor that's never had a business or
I
making
know.
like 40K a year, like
Yeah.
rather
Yep.
than like going to maybe pay the mentor who's the millionaire businessman to learn from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's really
going,
what Think and Grow Rich is about.
yeah, I haven't read that. I hear so many
That's what
people,
it's about. You got a dad who worked in the school system. He was a teacher, made his six figures, spent his money on cars and vacations and stuff, kind of worked paycheck to paycheck in a
Are you talking about
sense.
Rich Dad Poor Dad or
Rich
Think and
Dad
Grow
Poor
Rich?
Dad. I'm
All right,
sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Think and Grow, not
E-
Think and Grow Rich.
Either one I haven't read,
Rich
but I've
Dad
heard
Poor
good
Dad.
things
Yeah.
about. Yeah,
But I never read Think and Grow Rich. And then the other dad was a businessman
yeah,
and, bought assets and bought things that made him money.
yeah,
And the story goes they were young kids and they worked for him. And that's how Robert Kiyosaki learned money
yeah.
and like learned the difference, which is so crucial, bro, especially in this game. Like, but yeah, man, like, pressure bust pipes, bro. Like, if you don't give up, you're gonna win, bro. And so let me ask you something. In the times that you want to give up in the midst of your journey, because you got a lot going on, how do you get yourself through that? Because it's easy to want to slip into that, give up area of your mind, and then days go by, and before you know it, you're falling off.
Yeah, I mean, dude, for me personally, I definitely have days. It's interesting because I will have days, dude, where like everything's cool. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling good about like what I'm doing. I'm feeling good about my day to day.
Yeah.
And then other days I'll just be super. I'll just like be questioning myself. Like, am I doing the right thing? I'm not. I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I gotta be doing something else. But I do try to remember. That's why I listen to so much content. It's because I just try to keep myself. I almost kind of try to like brainwash myself with content
Mm-hmm.
throughout the day. That's gonna keep me motivated because, like, for instance, like cutting hair, dude. Right? Like
Yeah.
cutting hair is a skill that, like, just like anything, takes time, and like it's pretty terrifying to do when you start out, when you don't really know what to do. You know,
Definitely.
so like at my job where I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit busier, and each week I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That in and of itself makes me feel better, looking back, like, oh shit, like I'm actually better than I was a couple weeks back. Or like trying to stay on a diet, dude. Like it's hard. Like I'm into fitness, so it's like staying, it's a lifestyle. Like you gotta stay, especially when you're putting out fitness content like myself, like you gotta stay looking the part. So like, it's so easy to want to just go eat like some crap food, so like getting through that, like week one, and then week two, and then week three, and then it's like you're like, damn, this sucks, like I want to go eat something. But after like week three of really sticking to it and doing everything right, and not deviating from the diet, drinking a gallon and a half of water, doing your cardio, all of a sudden you start to look up in that mirror and you're like, damn, like I can see the difference.
Yeah.
Like I'm leaner, I look better,
Yeah.
like I just, so it's like,
And that's gonna fire it up even more,
yes,
right?
so it's just, it's everything, not giving up. And I'm, and I'm not saying I hate to feel like I'm saying it like I'm like somewhere. Like I'm definitely still in the journey, like
Of
with
course,
everything,
bro.
whether it's saving money, whether it's like learning a skill, whether
Yeah.
it's trying to educate myself more on making money so I can be doing better, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's just like the whole like leveling up in all aspects is being consistent. Like how
Yeah.
about you? Like how do you feel like
Honestly,
you?
very similar to you because you said, from what I got from what you said one would be to feed your mind positivity.
Yeah,
So your mind is always in check.
yeah,
So if your mind's in check, it's kind of hard for you to deviate
yeah.
to giving up if your mind is focused and it's
Hmm.
on the right things. And then second is reps and consistency.
Yeah,
Like reps, repetition, not even like and then consistency. So yeah, bro, I'm pretty much in the same boat, bro. Like that's what I do. Like my mind is huge. I don't know, bro. It's just like I just don't got giving up in me, bro. I just don't like. I just I never I never was like that. I just
yeah,
never gave up. Like if even if I failed, like I still just never gave up. Like I just didn't, bro. Like I just bro. If I say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make this happen, I don't care how long it takes.
yeah.
Like I just don't care how long
Well,
it
because
takes.
yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
do it.
Because you keep, what's that quote? It's like, or people say like, oh, like, yeah, I'm an overnight success, but that overnight took 10 years or
10
something like
years,
that.
yeah,
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 it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, definitely.
so
Oh man, bro, years, especially doing this type of stuff.
yeah,
YouTube, music, working out, dating, all that, everything to where I'm at has taken a long time, and it's still not where I need to be. But I know it's just, if I don't give up, I know I'm going to get there
yeah,
because every rep you get better and better, you get more comfortable, you learn how to make it better because that's a huge thing too, like progression, in the process of getting better. Like you got to apply these new things and think outside the box and analyze yourself and constantly look at, especially making content. You make a video and you're like, all right, if I was watching this, what would make this turn off for me? Why would this be bad? How could this be better?
hmm,
Looking at it from the opposite, reverse psychology on it, doing that type of stuff. I think it's huge, bro.
yeah. I forget who says it. Oh man, again, I think it was Brandon Carter. I'll reference him again. Like when he says like, he'll say to his students like, I'm trying to get more followers, whatever, and he'll be like, all right, well, yo, like, why? Why would someone follow you? Like,
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why would somebody follow you? And then kind of like reverse engineer, like,
Yep.
so I find myself now, dude, like I said, dude, there was a time where I would post on Instagram and it would be more so just like me, like trying to look cool or like posting pictures,
Yeah.
whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I would like the amount of likes would like, it's like a dopamine hit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, cool. I feel cool. Like I got like a bunch of likes because like, you know, it's a cool pic.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to now like I look at Instagram so different now, dude. Like I'm trying to make money. Like I'm trying to give value so I
Mm-hmm.
can build I'm trying to build a brand off of giving people helpful information based on my experience so I can make money. That's what it is.
Likewise.
So it's
Yeah.
like I've been trying to get past that, and I'm good with it. Like I'm
Yeah.
at the point where like it really doesn't bother me. But like there was a when you go from like a bunch of people seeing your content,
Yeah.
and then like you can count on one hand how many people like it or support it or
Yeah.
like comment. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
so that kind of messes with your head for a little bit at first, but like I'm just like, yo, I gotta stay consistent. Gotta stay consistent because somebody out there, it's helping somebody. You know what I mean?
I
You know,
mean,
and
yeah,
I know for a fact it's helping at least one person. So like to me, that's cool. Like
that's really
it's
the point.
interesting how like you look at. We kind of just got off topic a little bit,
No.
but I'm just saying like how I used to view
Hmm.
social media to how I view it now. Like I'm trying to make money
No, it's
versus
so
like, you
true.
know,
And I mean, like, take your example of you wanted the post to look cool and to draw that attention, and you did it. So that was a success. Forget good or bad.
yeah,
It's irrelevant. I kind of had this realization when I was doing posts for my real estate, and I was like, I'm selling myself, but is that what I want to do? And I was like, no, I want listings. So I have to sell to people who want to sell their homes.
yeah,
So my content can't be so much about me or so much about the town. It needs to be tailored towards what are sellers looking to get from
yeah.
selling their home. They want to what's the value? What's the days on market? Any problems with any new updates in the market, that any new regulations, things like that. Those are the posts that are going to attract your
Yeah,
customer. And it's like what you're doing. You're targeting weight loss, you're targeting gaining muscle, you're targeting these areas
yeah.
of specific niches of
It's all
people.
psychology, dude. Like it's
Yeah.
really all about like, yeah, you have to reverse engineer the content thing. Like, what do people like? How are you gonna get people to? How are you gonna get money out of people's pockets
Yeah.
through your content?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I would disagree a little bit. I don't want to say disagree. I just think I would add to that. I think in a sense, like to a degree, you are selling yourself
You are.
because what's somebody gonna say where like they you know if I'm selling my house,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I could buy a house from person A or I could buy a house from you.
Yeah.
I might buy a house from you just because like over time I'm like, yo, I like this dude. Like
True.
I invested in a course. There's a ton of people
Of
that
courses.
have courses, but
Mm-hmm.
I invested with the person that I did just because I like his content and I just like him.
True.
I just
Yeah.
like him as a person. I can relate. You know what I mean? I just like him.
That's a good add-on
You know what I
because
mean?
you are
Like,
selling yourself, and
you
that's
know,
why it's great to
so it's a
just be
mixture
you.
of yeah,
Yeah.
it's value
Mm-hmm.
and do I like this person?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Two people can give the same message, but deliverance is
Yeah,
completely
100%.
different. So it's like, I like this guy's your charisma, or you're like, I don't like this guy's charisma, like
Yeah.
charismatic, nature. I'd rather go with this calmer
Yeah.
person. So it's like you being you is is your competitive advantage. Then it's like how are you going to target? Because no matter how you post, you're going to be you.
Yeah.
I mean, you should. I think that's important.
Hmm.
Be you, but think about more specifically who you target. Because it's so true, man. Like you don't you. I mean, I feel like there's no real rhyme the reason to how to do it, but based on like not giving up, you can't like have too many pieces of content. There's just not. There's so much
Yeah.
you could do.
Yeah.
It's like you can go wide, then you could go narrow, then you can go kind of narrow.
Yeah.
Like you could do everything. But based on like if you want to really start, like I just had the moment where I was like, I was posting my real estate stuff, and I was like, yo, like if I was to watch this would tell me like, okay, he's a real estate agent, and okay, like he's showcasing a town. Okay, like that's my interpretation. Obviously, like I'm not everybody. I can't speak for everybody,
Yeah.
but like based off that, I'm looking at it and I'm like, but at the end of the day, Trav, like, is this what you want to do? Like, you say you want more listings, more listings, more listings. Well, you need to target sellers and their concerns. So I'm like, duh. It was like an aha moment. It was
Yeah.
like crazy. I was
Exactly.
like, wow, like
It's so true. And that same thing for me, dude.
Yeah.
I'll post like a reel or something like whatever, piece of fitness or fitness advice, whatever, like, and I'm like, all right, well, do I care if I get do I, is the goal to just get a significant number of likes to make me feel good about myself,
Yeah.
or is the goal to just, you post a picture with your shirt off just to have like, this person or this person see it and like it,
Mm-hmm.
and or you know what I mean, or
Mm-hmm.
like, or are you trying to give value to people who are looking to invest their money with you?
Yeah.
And which for me, I'm at that point where like,
Mm-hmm.
it's, yes, you want to like have a mixture, like, oh cool,
Well,
you
of
don't want
course,
to just,
that's good.
you don't want to keep it like your like for me, I don't want to try, I try not to, I'd like to still be authentic to me and not be
Mm-hmm.
like super boring. You want to have
Of
that
course.
mixture of like entertainment,
Yeah.
whatever you want to look the part, all that. But like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, dude, like you said, who am I trying to target?
Mm-hmm.
How can I get people to take the money from their wallet or their pocket and send it to me? I have to
Yeah.
be providing some sort of value and
Yeah.
not worry so much about, you know, the number of likes I get
Yeah. It's irrelevant.
on a picture,
It's irrelevant, bro.
which I was,
I
for a
think
long
everybody
time,
does.
really stuck in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I,
Like,
I I wonder sometimes if there were no likes, would people still post?
that's a good question.
I doubt it.
That's a good question.
That's why they do it.
Unless you're a business owner
Mm-hmm.
trying to get, like, if I was still able to make money from posting without likes, sure.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people have Instagram accounts and they'll post a picture and they get like a ton of likes, and that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But can you monetize it? Like,
that's the thing. That's the thing. So going back to the topic of not giving up and just staying at it. I think one of the biggest points, and you touched on it already, is feeding your mind first. Everything starts in your mind. No matter what, however you want to spin it, it's good to start in your mind first. That's why it says in the Bible, faith without works is dead. And people like to take that scripture and kind of mess with it, like, if you don't really truly have faith if you don't have works, and you can't have works without faith. True, but the whole point is, with your faith should show works. So okay, I say I love God, right? And I love people. Well, that should be shown around to the people around you. They should feel that love, and that is your work from your faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it starts here, but that's why it's so important. It starts here, and then out flows the work. So your faith is your mindset, in a sense. That's how I see it. Like my faith is within. My faith is by Jesus. I'm holding on to His faith, and what I'm learning about Him. I know what He expects. I know who He is. But my result is coming from that mindset.
Almost like if you're not showing it outwardly, do
you really have faith?
Do you really have faith?
That's really what that means.
Yeah.
It's like, then you really can't have faith.
Yeah.
Because your works would show. It would correlate. It's like,
it kind of goes into, it kind of ties to like the saying, like, like, walk it like you talk it. Like,
that's it.
You know what I mean? Like, posting content. It's like, all right, cool. Like, if I'm posting stuff about this, if I'm posting a piece of content saying that, you should be eating this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And I'm over here with like a big ass belly, like, it doesn't really match up.
It doesn't match up. It doesn't match up. And I like to always say, like, my parents always used to say, like, because you know how they say, like, don't swear, and they're like, and then you go back and say, well, you swear.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't do as I do as I say.
Yeah.
Because there is a point of, like, hey, there is a knowing there. Like, they might not got it all right, because we all don't got it all right. So we're all not practicing what we preach. We're trying to, and we're working at it, and we're doing it at times. But sometimes you're not. It doesn't mean you don't have that knowledge, like, and it goes right back to the mind. It starts there. So I think that's huge, man. Like, I don't know, that's like probably one of the biggest points. Like, I really can't even flow to like the next thing of staying consistent and doing this if my mind's not right. It just is like, I could still come down here with a bad attitude, bad mindset, and work out regardless. I can.
Yeah.
But I'm truly not getting the fullness of that workout, because, like, my mind is not there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and you have to be all right with like the, even if you don't see the result, dude, like we're filming, 20 episodes of a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Like, we could go for the year and film 52 episodes and not move an inch, or like not, and not That's do true. Anything.
Yeah.
But like at the end of it, we could be like, yo, we filmed 52 episodes.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, so just almost kind of like not looking for the validation from like the result or other people, but just
Hmm.
being able to validate yourself based on the actions you're taking.
Yeah.
Like I could be like, I could stick to a diet for 30 days and get like nice and lean and look good, like, or like, you know, I could go into work and people could be eating bullshit or this or that, and they could be like, oh, I can't, you know, like, you know, maybe nothing has changed other than like the way I look, but I could just be like, you know, I ate the same food for 30 days, bro.
Yeah.
Like I've been going to bed hungry every night for 30
Yeah.
days. I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like look at like what,
That charges
you
your
know, yeah,
mind.
like so I could maybe nothing has changed really
Yeah.
at all, you know, but I can still validate myself
Yeah.
based on being like, you know what, dude, like, can you do it?
Yeah.
Like,
Which is gonna,
not, yeah, you know what
it's
I mean?
gonna change everything.
Yeah, like,
You know, like you validating yourself is gonna change the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you
yeah,
pursue other goals.
exactly,
That's
exactly,
huge, man. Like, you know, it's a chain reaction.
yeah.
That's so true, bro. So if you were, so say you were someone who was at the point of like, I'm not seeing the results I want, kind of feeling like if this doesn't really go my way in the next month, and I'm gonna give up. And what would you say to that person?
I would say to that person the same thing I would say to myself, dude, because I fight with that still, dude. I'm not. I mean, like I said, I'm just like you. We're just like everybody else, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I've never really been like super consistent with anything in my entire life. Like other than like the health and fitness thing and going to the gym, but like I'm still like fighting that fight in the sense of like I still have never really been consistent long enough in anything to where I could really um
Analyze it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if I, you know, I'm really just kind of saying what I would say to somebody is just to myself, like I would just say it's just like you just gotta stick to it, dude. It's gonna be hard. Like, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like you could, you know, and that's why there's little tricks. Like I said, like I'm listening to when I get up, from the minute I get up, dude. Like I already got content on, like while I'm like chugging my water in the morning, I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening to content, and then
Yeah.
I'll pause it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll do like my pray meditation on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm right back to listening. Like
Boom.
I'm like prepping my meals, and I got like, you know, Brandon Carter. I'm got like Wes Watson. I'm listening to like entrepreneur. You know, I'm listening to Ty Lopez on making money. I'm listening to like be consistent. I'm listening to like things that like I know that if I don't really keep in my mind, dude,
Mm-hmm.
I just drift, and
Yeah.
I'm just like.
Definitely.
So you have to just kind of keep that whatever you need to do. Like maybe other people wouldn't benefit from that. Like maybe other people just have it easy and they could just do it, or like or you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
I would say that it's gonna be hard, dude. Especially the fitness thing, dude. Like especially like I talk to people like, and they'll be like, oh, it's just you eat the same thing every day, or oh, like I've been trying this. I want to, you know, I got to get back to the gym, or I've been trying this, or like I just can't lose the weight. And I'm like, yo, well, like I just
You're giving up.
you're giving up like without even trying. Yeah,
You're
like
giving up. Like
yeah.
you're giving up. Like, you know, like come on, man. Just say it
You know,
like it is. You're giving up.
But honestly, though, what the beauty is that like I get it. I've been there. Dude. I've given up.
Yeah.
Dude, like 2 years ago, dude, I was posting content. I was like consistent on YouTube. I was doing it, posting it, and then I let like one or two like kind of just negative comments from people close to me, and I let it just derail me.
Yeah.
And I just gave up.
Yeah.
You know,
bro. Yeah.
I so I know and the fitness thing. I was fat for a long time as a kid. I know what it's like to like I get it. I can empathize with people, but there's no trick. There's no shortcut. There's no magic. Like you know, for me, I want to get great. I want to get good at cutting hair, dude. But there's no magic. There's no shortcut. I gotta put in the reps, and then all of a sudden, over time, I will get better.
That's the truth.
You want to lose weight, you got to put in the time and do the things that it takes, and over time, you will see the results if you stick to it. So it's like, you know, I get it. I've been there. You know,
it's a deadly area to be in, man. Like, yeah, you know, like I've definitely had areas in life that I've given up in. It's more mental.
like what?
Just mental stuff, bro. Like my attitude, you know, like my biggest thing would be like my attitude, bro. I could be hella moody, bro, like, and irritated and agitated, like just from like the mundaneness of my day.
See, it's wild because me personally, like I only, you know, I see you 2 days a week.
Yeah.
I never see you like that, dude.
Yeah, no, it's
Which is
there.
why for
It's
me,
there.
it's like it's almost kind of like it's. I love, you know, being your boy just because the sense of one of the main reasons is because your attitude. Yes,
Mm,
we're alike
yeah.
and we share the same mindset, but your attitude is like feeds me to stay positive. So it's
Yo, and
interesting that you
likewise
say
so.
that because I never see you like that.
You know what? It's not okay. One thing about me is I hate showing my cards. I hate showing my cards.
Yeah,
Like my
I wish I
mother-in-law.
was like that.
My
But
mother-in-law asked me one day, I was having an off day, bro. She was like, "You all right?" And I would never think she'd be able to read me. Something she read something. Oh, bro, that bugs me, bro. I don't know. It might be pride, but it really just bothers me. I don't like showing my
yeah,
cards. I really like being independent and handling it myself. Like I don't really like asking for help. I just don't. I don't know
yeah,
what
no,
it is,
dude,
bro.
that's a
It's
good,
just
that's an awesome quality.
it could be a good thing and a bad thing. You know, like it's definitely a good thing and it's definitely a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because like when I'm at my lowest, I pick myself up. But really that pick me up really comes from God. So I'm really phrasing that wrong. I'm physically picking myself up, but I'm choosing to trust in God. I have hope in him. I have joy in him. I have peace in him. So even when I'm not hopeful, I'm not joyful, I'm not peaceful, I know I have it. So I just lock in and receive it. It's almost like, if you were in your, if you were in your cabinet and you were like, you wanted to get this, all you had to do is just grab it. That's how God holds it to you. It's like, hey, bro, I got it all for you. I got joy, I got peace, I got happiness, I got love, I got tranquility. You just gotta grab it. Right now, you're grabbing the opposite.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
make it sound so easy, man.
well, it's
Just saying, like I
it's
wish I was able
easy.
to.
It's easy in the sense of what it is.
The concept is,
The
yeah,
concept, just what it is. It's your mind. So my
yeah.
biggest struggle, like I said, is my attitude. Where's my attitude stem from? My mind. That battery is freaking dying, bro. Oh man, that bothers me. Hold on, we gonna swap this thing out.
All right.
We gonna swap this thing out. We're gonna swap this thing out. Swap this thing out. Nobody in here. 27 minutes. We locked in. Let's go next. Did that shut off? Okay. All right.